As a small creator, especially on YouTube, it's possible to do everything seemingly right, and yet nothing still happens. I've been on this channel for the past few months, and I have 13 subscribers. Now, I noticed something very striking at this stage of my growth. I noticed that so many channels talk about what you have to do to make things work out well for you as you grow your channel, but nobody's really addressing the growth journey. I've not really seen so many videos addressing the journey of your growth at this early stage. So I decided to do this to reach out to you, that person that is also at this stage of the journey with me. You see, this is a stage where we have to put in so much, and then it would seemingly look like nothing is going to come out at the end of the day. But this is a stage that is very, very critical. It's a stage where that one view you're getting, you post a video and for the past 1 hour, 2 hours, you're scrolling and checking, and you have one view, you have two views, you have five views, sometimes you have 12. You know, it can be very, 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 very touching. It can be very, very discouraging, but it's still part of the process. So I decided to put these things together to see how I can come talk to you and share my process with you. Maybe it's going to be of help to you one way or the other, or maybe I could also pick one or two things that I would have to do right to improve on my output. So the first thing I want to say here is that as a small creator, it's a mix of excitement, this mix of adrenaline and also sadness somehow. You are very excited when you want to start up. Like, I remember the first time I had to go start up this channel. I was like, this video is going to be a hit. The idea of even creating a YouTube channel made me feel very, very happy. I was very, very enthusiastic. I wanted to just go out there and just do something. But bro, after my first video, I noticed that the excitement started dropping. The second one, it dropped again. The third one kept dropping. And this is where we are. So that led me to begin to research. How far? What's happening? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And that's why I'm putting this together. So, but the thing is that it's a mix. It's a mix of excitement and sadness. Excitement in the sense that you want to, you have a very big hope. You're optimistic about what you want to do, but then the other part of it that comes like you've put out a video and YouTube is not pushing your videos, the algorithm is not favoring you yet, and then you're just very sad and discouraged after putting in so much work. But the first thing I have learned in this journey so far is the fact that growth is a process. YouTube growth for small channels is a whole lot of process. And life really revolves around processes. I have been thinking about this for a very for the past few days, and I noticed that even the period in science, they call gestation, period of pregnancy in a woman, you don't give birth the very day you take it, right? So it's going to be requiring some days you take in, and then if you're a human being, you have to stay 9 months. The 9 months didn't mean that the child was not developing in the womb. There's a development process going on, even though it's not very visible. So that's a process. The second illustration that came to my mind is, and I want to share with you, is you're trying to cut down a tree. And in the process of trying to hew down a tree, you keep on striking and striking and striking and striking. There is that one strike that will bring down the tree at the end of the day. So will you see that it's as a result of the strength of that light strike that brought down the tree? It's a compound, it's something that had to compound over time. So that's why I'm saying the same thing will happen here in YouTube growth. Yes, you're having one view, you're having two views, you're having three views and four views. I understand the pain and I know the feeling. You've put in so much work in this. And there's this thing about small creators that's always hopeful. They're like, this video is going to be the hit video. This video is going to be the next one that's going to blow up the channel. Once you just put it out there, you're seeing 7 views. You come back 24 hours after, it's still 7 views. I was 8 hours after, you're like, ah, but then that is it, it's a process. You're still going. Do you know that this process has helped me to even become a very better person? Because here you're learning how to do your thumbnails, you're learning how to do your click-through rates, you're learning how to optimize to be SEO friendly, you're learning new things, how to talk in front of a camera, how to gain confidence, what you're going to say in the first few seconds to make you know the hook and all of that. So all those things are things that you're trying to add to your life. So it's okay to have the low views. It's very, very okay at the start. And then this leads me to the next point. I've also had this I had to do a little research on the top guys, people that have had millions of subscribers over the years and all of that. And I noticed the same thing. So your case is not different. Our case as small YouTubers are not even different. Those guys struggled over the years to build systems. These guys struggled over the years with very few subscribers. One of them even said he had to post for 8 to 10 years before he could gain traction. And you've not even done up to that. So it's not as if the algorithm hates you, or it's not as if the algorithm doesn't want to push your video. It's just that it's still trying to understand the audience it will post our videos to. So just understand that this thing that is happening to your channel is not even unique to you alone. The people that are up there today that you are getting inspired to be like have been through the same stages. So that should give you some kind of hope as a small creator. Wow, okay, this thing is going to bring light to me. This thing is going to bring that kind of, if I stay long enough in this, I'm going to get to that point. So this is very, very important as a small creator. You need to understand these traits. You see, I told myself that I have to look for a way to dissociate the outcomes from my videos, like the views, from the process. I am trying to look out for ways to enjoy the process while ignoring and pretending that the outcomes are not there. And this thing is not even easy like that, because somehow you're human beings, and no matter how you try to make it, it has to. But before you set out your mind to do this, you should have understood that YouTubing is not a get rich quick kind of scheme. It's not something you just do and then in one night to blow, 2 nights to blow. No, it requires time. So what is happening to you right now is not unique. I am going through the same stage. But somehow I'm finding the strength to still record my videos, because I know that one day my videos will locate the right audience. I'll get better at my thumbnailing, at my hook, at my everything I'm supposed to do. And my systems will be properly optimized. And somehow YouTube is going to push my videos to the right audience, and I'm going to gain traction. Because this is not just unique to me. This has happened to every other creator that has been in this same um, YouTube space. So I hope this has been, or this is coming like a little bit of encouragement to you that is about to throw in the towel. If you throw in the towel, it means you've given up. And if you give up, you can never become that dream you had for yourself can never come to traction. So small creators, this is for you. This is a chance for you to keep on. This is a word for you to just stay locked in. There's this about locking in where you just cut out from every other thing. Just cut out. Just tell yourself, for the next 3 to 6 months, I'm going to stay in here. I'm going to record the videos, whether I have the views, whether I have the subscribers. Just pretend like what I said earlier. Just look for a way to dissociate the outcome from the process and try to enjoy the process without necessarily looking at the outcome. Earlier on, when I was starting some few months back, I would always go to the YouTube analytics. But I noticed that analytics can give you high blood pressure. Sincerely speaking, you can become hypertensive by looking at that analytics. So I just told myself that I am no longer going to that environment. I'll just leave it for now and learn. Just put out my heart, just learn. So every day I'm trying to say I can improve on my thumbnailing. I'm saying I can improve on the way I record my videos, on how I can appeal to people the more and all of that. Just hoping and knowing that one day everything is going to work out and my channel will just gain traction. Yes, the next thing I want to say is that I look at the value and the growth that has happened to me in the course of becoming a YouTuber. I have learned and I have improved dramatically. You see yourself improving in the way you write your scripts. You know, one unique thing about us small YouTubers is that we don't really have the systems, we don't have those perfect systems to optimize and then to delegate and to assign tasks to people. So you are doing the thumbnailing yourself, you're doing the script writing yourself, you're doing the recording yourself, you're doing the editing yourself. So all those things would help to make you a very better person. Sincerely speaking, yes, keeping the views aside and the subscribers and all of that, I am not the same person that started some months back. The things I know now are really, really amazing. And I'm just trying to put them to practice and improve on them day by day. And then YouTube now gives me this space where I can just explore. Like for real, there are no boundaries. I'm seeing it like you can just go how far you want to go. You can travel, you can go areas where you don't have in your conventional 9 to 5. So you see yourself reaching out to areas, talking about anything you want to talk about. You know, you just have that space to just explore. And this thing is touching lives. So you're definitely working with people, you're definitely working with impact. You're having this at the back of your mind that I am trying to see how I can better the life of the next person. So this alone is enough booster for you to continue as a small channel. Sincerely, look at the number of persons that would not be reached out to if you stop at this point. If you quit, if you really wanted to create this to add value to people's life, to improve people's life, then you stay on it and it works. You just have to stay. So instead of having this negative thing about the algorithm hates me, the algorithm does not like me, no. Instead of that, we channel that energy into getting better. That's what I do. Every day, I'm watching tutorials on how to get better. I'm seeing how I can improve my thumbnailing. I'm seeing how I can get better with my scripting and all of that. And this, I know it's just going to be a matter of time. Our channels will gain the traction we desire, and everything is going to be a story. So thank you very much for staying with us. If you gain some kind of value, maybe a small YouTuber like myself, try to see what you've been doing that maybe we've not discussed here in the comments. And then if you've also been an established YouTuber with all the systems, maybe you should just add 1 or 2 comments to us on what we can do to get better in this journey. But in all, I know that as we keep at it, our traction will come and we become that big YouTuber at the end of the day. Thank you very much. If you've not subscribed, please kindly help us to subscribe, like, and comment so that this can help to reach so many persons. And then, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.